wonderful yogi across the planet. And then take a seat, rub your hands together. And we do the same thing this week, more or less, the same thing every day, so that it becomes kind of familiar to the body, familiar to the mind, so that we can, it's almost like a baby needs a sleep ritual because it's something for the mind like, oh, wait, we're going to sleep now. So this is the same. Okay, wait, we're going to practice yoga now. So as you rub the hands together, slowly then close the eyes or lower the lids of the eyes and place the palm of the hands down on the thighs or on your lap. And take a moment to feel, to check in with your current state, especially your feeling state, your bhavana, as it's called in Sanskrit. Is there a certain feeling tone? And it's not something for us to analyze or know why. Why do I feel this way? Just being there. And then we dive straight into Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. Again, if you are pregnant or the first 3 days of your moon cycle, you want to do long, deep breathing instead. You can, I think you've all joined before now, but you can place one hand on your belly if that's helpful to you to pump the belly on the exhales. If you would rather have your hands down or up, then you can do so as well. So 30 pumps, I'll keep count for you, and you really make the exhales sharp like so. So you can go ahead and start and really feel belly to nose instead of chest or head. Anything else stays kind of steady and stable. And Kapalabhati is translated as skull shining breath. So it's really bringing this radiance because it works with our Agni, with our digestive fire. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. If you like, hold at the top just for a moment, feeling that fullness. And then exhale, release. And observe now that most of you have practiced this breath every day this week, or at least a couple times. And notice if there is a difference today. It's one of the functions also of having a slightly more, I wouldn't say repetitive, but more familiar practice, having familiar elements in your practice so that you feel, wow, today my body feels more open, or today it's really heavy and sluggish. And again, all of that is part of our practice. It's not something we have to fix or change. Then we transition to Brahmari Pranayama, humming bee breath. So again, you can take the mudra of having the thumbs on the ears, these fingers covering the eyes, or if that's not comfortable, you can bring the fingertips on the head. You can always opt out of the mudra. So then we inhale through the nose, and we go for 5 rounds. And then hum, close your ears, hum into the forehead. Keep on going 4 more times. Really getting that buzzing sound, as much vibration as possible. Doesn't matter what it sounds like. Whenever you've completed the 5 cycles of Brahmari, humming bee, rest the hands down and take another moment to feel. And then invite your Ujjayi, your victorious breath, to join you here on the rest of your journey of this little practice. So you Take this whispered ah sound on the inhale. Whispered ha sound on the exhale. And you can keep the mouth open or closed as you now transition away from your props. And then come onto hands and knees. And I'll add a third option. So the first option was cat-cow, it's lifting and then rounding on the breath. The second option is this circling around in each direction about 3 times. And the third option is to let the whole spine be completely fluid. This is called a kind of more of sahaja, spontaneous movement. So then you really allow the body to move in a way that it feels is needed or natural right now. There's many animals joining me today. Little insects. I'm more in the countryside than I was in Madrid, so there's a lot of a lot of animal kingdom in the house. So keep on breathing, 2 more breaths. And really, if you're doing that sahaja, that spontaneous movement, let it all just be completely free, natural. And then come to the center from here. Let the palms of the hands come 1 hand width forward from where they were. Curl the toes under, take a huge inhale. And then exhale into downward facing dog. And you can again always modify by bringing the knees down and letting the upper body be in downward dog. So in either way, you can also take hands and knees anytime. Either way, you're having really strong arms, pressing the palms of the hands down, lifting the forearms away from the earth. Take 1 more breath here. And then begin to walk the feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. Fold over the legs, let your head be super, super heavy. And then bring the arms all the way up overhead on a deep inhale. Exhale, palms of the hands in front of the heart. Feet can be hip distance, or if you like, if it feels also stable, feet together, big toes together. Inhale, circle the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Reach the fingertips wide to the sides or forward and come down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring the right foot a big step back and softly land with the knee, or keep the knee off the earth at this time. So you can choose high lunge or low lunge. Inhale, the traditional way is low lunge, so I'm going to stay with that. Reach the fingertips up. And then when you exhale, bring the hands down and step all the way to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, wave forward to plank, or if you're modifying your vinyasa because maybe of pregnancy or any other reason, you can bring the knees down and go for that cat-cow again. And then everyone, if you're in plank, you can slowly lower down to your belly. Inhale for cobra pose, roll the shoulders back, elbows come in. And then on an exhale, curl the toes under and come all the way to downward facing dog. Root through both hands and then use the full length of the inhale to lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the foot through between the hands. And again, you can choose back knee down or up. Back knee down is more stable. If you're going for that, lift the fingertips up. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, hands come down next to the front foot and then step the left foot forward in between the hands. Hands on the shins or the earth. Lift halfway in your in-breath. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Reach long. Beautiful, everyone. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. And we go for 1 more time on the left. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. And again, reach through the fingertips, the crown of the head. Let the head go. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the left foot a big step back, knee down or up. If the knee is up, really hug the inner thighs towards the midline so you're not hanging in your joints. Inhale, reach the fingertips high to the sky. Little finger side comes in. Exhale, place the palms of the hands down next to the front foot and step to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank or hands and knees if you're doing cat-cow. And then from plank, exhale, lower down knees or straight legs or maybe chaturanga, but slowly hovering. Inhale, cobra if you went down or upper dog if you went to chaturanga. And then when you exhale, come to downward facing dog. Good. Ground through both hands. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky slowly. Exhale, step the foot all the way forward between the hands, back knee down or up. Arms reach high. Inhale. Wonderful. Exhale, fingertips down and step the right foot forward. There's no rushing. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. Press the feet down. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Now, if you practice at home after this week, you continue your own, you can do more namaskars. You can do 6, you can do 8, you can do 2, it doesn't matter, but make sure you do both sides, all right? So stepping back with the right, stepping forward with the right, stepping back with the left, stepping forward with the left. All right, hands on the hips. Let's take a little step, or a big step actually, with the right foot towards the right side of the mat. So feet are nice and wide. And how do you know your feet are in the right position? More or less, when you reach the arms wide, underneath your wrist, that's where your feet are, more or less. Now keep the head or bring the hands back on the hips. Turn your left foot out towards the probably top of the mat. And then bend your front knee deeply in the line of your ankle. Radiate the arms out for warrior two. Take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, radiate it even further in all directions. That's it. Take another deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, radiate in all directions. Hands on the hips. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, turn the toes to the center, and then the right foot turns out. Good. Pointing the toes straight towards the back of the mat. Bend the front knee, but stay in the center with the torso. Reach the arms out and shoulder height. Inhale deep. Exhale, radiate all directions. Bend that front knee over the ankle. Another deep breath in. Exhale, long. Good. Hands on the hips. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, turn all 10 toes to the sides. And then interlace the fingers. So it's just a variation. Very familiar. We did this yesterday, but a variation. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Keep the elbows micro bent and then lift your chest on a deep inhale. Exhale, go all the way forward. If it feels very unstable, you can have the hands on the hips and then onto the earth. If it feels all right to keep them behind your back, you make sure to keep the elbows micro bent so they're not locked. And it's the same for your knees. If you feel your knees are locked, bend them. Or if you feel your lower back is rounding, bend your knees. Good. Take 2 more breaths here. Let the head be heavy, the facial muscles soft. And then you can choose, bring the hands down for stability or hands on the hips, inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up if the hands are on the hips. If the hands are on the ground, walk towards the right foot, sorry. I don't know which side, whichever side is forward. Bring the hands down if they're up. And then step to downward facing dog. Big step back. And take a moment to, one more time, feel this shape. Even if it's familiar, can you make it fresh and new by really feeling into what does the body feel like today? What is the mind doing today? How is the breath? And then bring the knees down. And again, to close your practice, you can choose. I mean, a traditional way is to go to Shavasana, but since it's a short practice, you can also choose child's pose, so that feels more grounding. You can choose meditation, any seat that works for you, or you can come onto your back. And I would suggest always having enough layers to keep you warm. And this is the moment to integrate our practice. So it's not to be skipped. Again, when you're practicing at home, it's something that the mind might label as, oh, this is not important. I just need to get up and do stuff. But actually, this is the most important moment where we have moved our energy. We have maybe shifted some things internally. And this is the moment to let everything very gently settle and settle in a new, fresh way. Like every day this week, if you have time to stay, you stay and you enjoy this rest, which is so important in this busy world. If you do need to get up and move on with your day, if you're on your back, you can bring the knees into your chest and gently roll to the side. If you're in child's pose, you can sit up. If you're on your side, you can slowly come into a seated position. And again, tune me out if you're staying where you are. Bring the hands to touch at your heart and gently rub them together once again, feeling this very visceral thing of bringing our mind into the body. And then gently press the hands together in front of the heart. Let's close our sadhana, our practice, with one Om, this big cosmic yes. You can join, you can listen, or you can hum. Take a deep inhale. Others always benefit from our practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much. Such a joy to wake up with you. So I'll be there again tomorrow, all the way up to Sunday morning. So I hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.